Okay, so channel message for this counterpart. Okay, so this person, and for a lot of us, this is our twin flame. And the thing is about the twin flame is that you're meant to meet like your actual, a lot of wounds, a lot of pain that you have, and how you show up in the world was like mirrored back to you with your twin. But it was up to you all as individuals to, it's like once you faced yourself, you saw a glimpse of like you and another person, that was either going to strike for you to evolve or to repeat. And for the collective, like you all on this side, you have evolved, while your twin, your counterpart, has repeated a cycle, just continued on this destructive perpetual loop. And what happens is a lot of times people are wondering, is this a twin flame? Is this a karmic? Is this, listen, when it's a karmic partner, it's like, it's like, I want to say like opposites attract, but it's more so like when it's a karmic partner, this person is, desperately trying to mirror you, but it's not coming from a true, authentic space. They basically are, when it's a karmic partner, they're a chameleon. They have to be a certain way just to, like, you know, be in your energy. But a lot of it is there's a lot of gaslighting, there's a lot of abuse, there's just a lot of not genuinely caring for you as an individual, where the love is conditional, it's not unconditional. And when it's your twin flame, it is love. Like you do love this person, you have fallen in love with the person, you unconditionally love them, even though they piss you off to the core, even though sometimes you want to like deck their ass, you want to knock them upside their head. It's all coming from a place of like, I love you and it pisses me off that you're being this way. It's like, if you ever seen the Carrie Diaries, and not everybody saw this, but there's a scene in the Carrie Diaries where, Carrie was with Sebastian, and Carrie and Sebastian were like so, and I really feel like that's like a twin flame connection, because Carrie and Sebastian were like so heavily in love, but their own selves were like pulling each other apart. It's like they loved each other so much that like they came together, but then when they would get together, it would scare them, and they would like be, they would act funny, things would get weird, and then they would have to go back and separate. But they always kind of had this constant pull. Like, yeah, they would move on with their lives and date other people and see other things, and but it'll just like they always just were in the back of each other's mind, like, and there was this one scene where it's like they had broke up, they weren't really dating, and Carrie, she had like dated somebody else, and then she was just living her own life. And then he would just always, Sebastian would just always pop up out of nowhere and just come back around, and she's like, dude, what do you want? Do you want to be here, or do you not want to be here? Do you want to be with me, or do you not want to be with me? Because I love you, I want to be with you, but I love you enough to let you go. And she said in this one scene, she's like, you know what, I can't remember verbatim what she said, but she's like, I love you, but I hate you. And I really hate you, and I hate myself because I still love you. I can't remember the scene, like, honestly, but basically she was saying is like, you're pissing me off so much that like I feel like I hate you, but I hate myself because I love you. I still love you. How can I still love someone that has done so much damage? She's like, you basically was saying like, you tore me apart. You tore my heart apart. Only a person that you have really allowed in your heart can have the capacity and the ability to really hurt you in such a way. because there's a difference between, you know, falling in love with someone and then that person, you know, just becoming very abusive. Like there's a difference between a narcissist like love bombing you and then eventually them just slowly trying to break you down, and there's just like little things that they just continue to do here and there, just trying to tick you off, trying to piss you off, trying to just break down your spirit, just trying to make you feel worthless, trying to make you feel less than. And just realizing that this person never loved you to begin with, they were just pretending so they can get what they want from you. And a lot of times when it's a karmic partner, this person is constantly wanting to be around you, like texting you all the time, like, you know, not allowing any space, not respecting the boundaries. But when it comes to like twin flames, you all respect the boundary. If one had to go away, you all would allow the person to go away. You all would allow the space to happen. You weren't pressuring them because you're like, if that's what you need, I'll go. But karmic partners are about instant gratification. It's about satisfying the flesh, fulfilling the ego, not fulfilling the soul. So it's like their ego wants that validation, wants that attention, and that, and when it's dealing with a karmic partner, they feed off of other people's energy so that they need your energy. They need you to be around to fuel them. And, but with this case, it's like, okay, that's where I was getting with that. Like, it's different when you have, you know, grown to love a person and they just keep breaking down and then they abuse you. And then once you realize you're being abused, it turns you off completely and you just fall out of love with them. But when you're dealing with a twin flame, someone that you really love, a lot of times it's not the abuse. It's not like they're doing nitpicky things just to pick at you. They're not poking the bear. They're not, you know, doing things to break down your spirit. The most that these, like what these twin flames will do is that they will ghost, they will go away, or if they're in your life for a while, they'll do what they can, but then they'll go and some of them will go satisfy their own flesh and go do whatever they want to do, but then come back around because they, it's like they can't get enough of you. And it's very complicated. It's very complicated and a very interesting experience. However, dealing with this person, it's like they basically, shit. Okay, so when it comes to twin flames, there is love, but there is also infatuation that is there. And a lot of times the infatuation is what we have to grow out of because that's what keeps us holding on from moving on. It's the infatuation. However, when you're dealing with this twin flame, with this counterpart here, you know that you need to let them go so that you can heal, so that you can move on. You need to let go of them emotionally, but your emotions are so intertwined, it's magnetizing to them that it's hard to let them go emotionally. But when you're dealing with a karmic partner, it's a little different. It's much different. When you're dealing with a karmic partner, what keeps you together is not the emotion, it's the survival in you. A lot of people get into karmic partners as a means to survive, and you stick with them when you're in survival mode and you're in that fight or flight, like you're going to really attract that karmic partner into your life. And you cling to them, you stick with them because you're using them as a means to survive. And that's one thing that we all got to be real with ourselves about. You knew for a fact that you didn't really love this person like all that much. You knew that there was a part of you where like, I'm just here out of obligation. I'm just here because I need this for myself. I'm just here because this is helping me to survive. This is benefiting me in some type of way. It's like you knew it was benefiting you, and at the same time, it was benefiting the other person. It's like you all were using each other. That's what happens when you're dealing with a karmic partner. You know, it's as a means to survive, and that way, when you all have to like split and go your separate ways, sometimes like that ego is not ready to let go, so they try to pull you back because they want to be the ones to do the discarding, not you discarding them.